Everything we do is going to be about winning. Okay, we're going to learn to do things the right way, and that's the only way we're going to do them. Because if it doesn't help us, we're not doing it, man. That's just as simple as it gets. Win the Super Bowl.
That's
I
good.
mean it too. You know, one of the things that the only reason you become a head coach in this league, in my opinion, is to win. That's it. That's the bottom line. If you do it for any other reason, you're wrong.
Hey, football fans, welcome to the Washington Command Center. So, I want to share a take that I just heard from Adam Schefter that I think has big-time implications for the hopes that a lot of fans have tied to our success this offseason and our success moving forward in this new era of Washington football, an era where this proud franchise can once again command respect. And what better way to kick off this new era than subscribing here to the Washington Command Center so you can find your way back to some of the most opinionated and ice-cold calculated takes on all things Washington Commanders. While you're at it, be greatly appreciated if you hit that notification bell and the like button down below. So, honestly, I consider this to be good news for us. But I know a lot of fans are going to consider this a gut punch, and they're going to push back against what Schefter said. But on the PFF NFL show with Ari Meirov, which is where you can find the video and check this out for yourself, because I'm going to be paraphrasing and relaying his general message. So I encourage you to check it out yourself on PFF's YouTube channel, Ari Meirov's NFL show. So, Adam Schefter broke down how he sees all these possible quarterback trade moves this offseason. Now, they started out talking about Kyler Murray's situation and what that might mean before they moved on to Russell Wilson's situation in Seattle. And Adam Schefter, who is the insider of all insiders, with more contacts than anyone, is almost strident in his stance that, as of right now, he doesn't see Russell Wilson leaving Seattle. And the shared sentiment with Ari is that Russell would want to be in a situation where he gets to save face with the fans and be the guy that got moved on from and not the guy who demanded his way out in a trade so that he could come back later, have his number retired, put up in the Ring of Honor to the fans cheering and, everybody loving him. He doesn't want to take that responsibility. And he basically just doesn't want to look like the bad guy for forcing himself out. And Schefter says that is the only way he gets out. He has to go to Seattle and convince them that it's for the best of both of them for, them to move on. So he makes it seem like it's pretty unlikely. And Schefter is emphatic that as of this point in time, Russell Wilson has not stated to the organization that he would like to be moved. So as of right now, February 23rd, Russell Wilson has made no comments to the Seattle Seahawks that he wants to be traded. And Schefter considers it incredibly unlikely that this is going to happen. He says that, the season for them ended 6 weeks ago, and he feels that if it was going to happen, it would have already happened. He goes further to say that every day that goes on, every day that goes by, it's less and less likely to happen. Citing that when Stafford requested a trade, it was almost immediately after the season ended. And there's no reason for them to, put it off. And he said we're entering a now or never period, and that Russell would have went to Seattle 5 weeks ago if he was going to make a move, and that it's not going to happen if Russell doesn't speak up and push for it. And Russell, the feeling is that Russell is not going to push for it and make himself look like the bad guy. So I know that might upset some people, and other people on this like, oh, what the hell, Schefter know? But Schefter's pretty tied in everywhere, and I'm actually relieved, and I've made it clear that I think a big time trade for Russell and the contract he brings would do more harm than good for this team. And I'm perfectly fine going after Sam Howell in the draft. I think that's the best option. Or even giving a second chance to Mariota or Trubisky. Since it would mean that we'd be able to continue to build through the draft, have all of our picks, and have enough cap space to re-sign our homegrown talent. I think that's what's best for the team. And Schefter also had another take that seems to fly a bit in the face of what the rest of the media is trying to drum up here in the offseason. And it actually gave me a bit of comfort in the fact that he doesn't think that the Jimmy G trade is a lock. Like, he's not for sure that Jimmy G could be traded. And that the 49ers could look to possibly hold on to him. Again, we got to understand, Schefter has a better grip on what's going on in the NFL as a whole than almost anyone. And he, again, very emphatically says that Trey Lance is further behind than people realized. He's a lot greener than people realized, and he's going to need a lot more work than people realized. And to drive the point that Trey Lance is not ready to start, he tried to drive that point home that Trey Lance is not ready to start. And in fact, he's quite a bit away off. And even though the team doesn't view that as a negative on him, given the situation of him not playing for basically 2 years before the draft, well, with this year and with the draft, and the fact that he's, would be taking a massive step up in competition, they understand him being behind. They're not soured on him at all, but he clearly needs more development, and their roster is built to win now. So he thinks that for the possible 2-4-6 Darnold style trade Garoppolo would command, it isn't worth, them getting rid of Garoppolo. They'd rather keep him around to play so that Trey Lance would, have the time he needs, for more training. And since the deal isn't that bad for him cap-wise, they might just stick with Jimmy Garoppolo. Apparently, the locker room loves him. They're not sour on him. And Trey Lance definitely needs more work. And if they finish his contract out, they keep him there for this year, they'll get a third-round compensatory pick next year. So there's not a lot of reasons for them to move on. And God, I hope that doesn't make, Ron Rivera or, somebody, like, especially not Ron Rivera. Please, God, don't go for Jimmy G, and especially don't overpay for Jimmy G. I think a second, a fourth, and a sixth is overpaying for him. But they think that Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson don't go anywhere. And 49ers aren't going to want to part with Jimmy G for anything cheap. So the draft, like I've been saying, I believe is our best option. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video out here because I saw Schefter talking about that. And I know Washington fans have really been harping on this Russell Wilson trade. And sorry, guys, but I'm kind of glad that it's kind of looking unlikely now. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. And if you listen this long, I love y'all. Peace.